Got a latte machine down there.
So you got a latte in there?
I have a latte machine downstairs.
Yeah, that looks good.
You're
I
full
thought
of
it
a
looked good.
latte
I don't know.
shit.
Welcome into the Super Awesome Podcast. I am the dog, and I'm here with Captain Pete
Yo,
and Boodles.
my
Hello, dudes.
my audio's not fucked, right? We're good.
No, it sounds much better than last time.
All right, yeah. Because I'm the most important voice you're gonna hear on the Super Awesome Podcast.
This is unbelievable. Well, what have you guys been doing since the last Super Awesome Podcast episode? Anything
Take it away,
fun?
Butters.
Got an argument with a math teacher last week.
Math teacher.
Yeah,
All right. About how?
we're discussing the ambiguity of implied multiplication.
Sounds very interesting.
Did you win the argument?
It took me and two other people to fucking get him to fuck off and stop being a cunt.
So what, he's just like arguing about math.
Yeah, he was a math teacher, and he was extremely incorrect about what he was arguing. And then finally, like, I gave up, and somebody else stepped in, and he gave up. And then the third person just like posted a screenshot because we're online. Posted a screenshot of this Harvard professor had written something about the whole situation and was like, check this out. And I was like, well, that's just golden. It was just like a week-long argument, and it had been radio silence since that happened.
Easy dub.
Well, fun fact. I had a freshman algebra teacher, Mr. Diabre. He got was he arrested? Whatever. He had a whole bunch of child pornography.
It's not. And it was all of Cade.
Okay.
That's what I thought. But no, it wasn't just of me. It was all kinds of kids. I was let down. I was like, I thought that was the only way I was passing this class. That's a joke. The child pornography is not a joke, but I was not involved. I wouldn't pass math class even if you put a gun to my head or threaten to rape me.
Oh no.
Either way, what I've been up to. No, I just been trying to work out. I'm a fat fuck.
We
You
know
know
that.
what I'm saying? I'm like so fat now that like I know you see me from like, here up, whatever, from tits up. You wouldn't think I'm a fat, but I'm like offensively fat. So I'm trying to
I'm offended just looking at you.
hey, my face isn't all that fat,
Dude,
but I got a beard on, so but yeah, trying to work out, get back into the swing. I've been pretty consistent. Consistency is key. But yeah. Like when I look in the mirror, when you see a fat fuck and you're just like you're not even like, oh, that's a fat guy. You're you're like upset. That's what I think in the mirror. I'm like, ugh, fuck. It's unsettling.
Well, speaking of large, as far as what I'm doing in my day to day, I've got a little football turkey bowl game, and I've got a quarterback by the name of Matthew. That's all. That's all I got going on.
Is he actually going to show up?
Is he going to show up? Yeah, he's the quarterback.
Well, the one time I show up to y'all's annual football game,
That's my quarterback.
It gets canceled. Well, a game still happened, but I was like the first one there. I'm like, I'm ready to go. About to tear it up on this football field. And then nobody shows up. And I'm like, well, great.
Well, based on the way everyone's talking, it sounds like it could be a retirement game. for those listening, we do like an annual turkey bowl, and we're old and broken and slow and unathletic. It's fantastic. But Matthew's actually a really good quarterback. So
It's like
you got that
it's like y'all's version of what do people do now? Their friends giving, which in my I don't know why that's really
She was
cringy.
doing that tomorrow.
It's cringy to me. It's like, oh, let's have a friendsgiving. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it's fun. I ain't never been to a friendsgiving.
You can come over here tomorrow, dude.
I'm not. I'll be there at some point, but not tomorrow.
Well, that's great.
And I don't want to be around Sheba's friends.
Neither do I. I'm going to be hiding in the basement all day.
Yeah.
well. I'll be. Let's get into what this podcast is about.
All right. Today
we're going to be going over Child's Play, but not the original, the somewhat new. Can you call it new? It's 2019. Is that new?
The remake.
Yeah. Child's Play, released June 21st, 2019, directed by Lars Kleberg, starring Gabriel Bateman, Aubrey Plaza, Brian Tyree Henry, and Mark Hamill as Chucky. The film had a budget of $10 million and made $44.9 million at the box office. And with that, we got some fun facts. Take it away.
Oh, fun facts. The Chucky dolls are real, like with animatronics. There's not a whole lot of CGI in this movie. I think the eyes. So like they had like six. I've got two different numbers, like 6 or 9 different dolls, but each ones were used for different things. But they were like real animatronics, like robotic moving. Like one was like more designed to like move its face, like with the facial features and shit. And then other ones they had like exchangeable. They could change the hands out to have it like grab a knife or whatever. Which I thought was really cool because you don't see animatronics and shit in movies really anymore. And I thought it was just a really cool thing. And I think the original Chucky doll is creepier looking for whatever reason. But I did like the this Chucky doll has kind of like an asymmetric face. It's not fully like the jaw is kind of weird. But no, I thought all that was actually kind of cool. But there was like a stunt double doll, there's a doll for like stunts, there's a doll for different things throughout the movie. And then when they needed to, they would, CGI some stuff. But that's really all I got for fun facts is the stuff about the Chucky dolls. But I like that it was all animatronic. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I also would have expected that to be CGI.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be usually shy away from stuff like that because of how expensive any kind of practical effects are ever. So
I also do think Mark Hamill as the voice, pretty good.
Of course.
I mean, he's a great voice actor.
Yeah, I know he's a great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's pretty good Chucky voice. The little fucking how's the song go? The buddy song.
You are my buddy.
You are my buddy. It's like it's kind of creepy, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, other fun facts I have, not anywhere near as interesting as yours. So from the early 2010s, there was plans to do a reboot / remake of the original, with the original voice actor for Chucky, whose name escapes me and I didn't write down.
It's some Dorff or whatever.
But the plans fell through, and the project was put into development hell up until 2018 when I don't know if it was like the script was written for this or not, but
Brad Dourif, the original voice of Chucky.
Thank you for that fact check. And then the other one I have is that they asked Mark Hamill as a long shot because he was their number one, shoot our shot, and they didn't expect him to say yes, and he did. So,
yeah,
that's pretty neat. And that's all the fun facts I got.
Brad Dourif, the original voice of Chucky, is like way different from the Mark Hamill Chucky. Because he's got like he's more like he's more like kind
I
of got
fucking
like
mute my cough, and then you do that.
he's got more of like a gravelly voice. And I don't know. Mark Hamill took a Mark Hamill definitely carries because there are a bunch of haters to this movie, and I think Mark Hamill is the only thing people that do hate the movie, they don't hate the Mark Hamill aspect. You know what I mean? They're like, how could they change it and blah blah blah, and it's like the fucking original Child's Play dumb too. Like, what are you holding on to? It's like it's a
The
doll.
nostalgia. Butters, any thoughts?
But I was just gonna say, I really expected to hate this movie, and I enjoyed it way more than I anticipated.
I didn't know
Yeah.
what to expect, but yeah, I got some solid fucking laughs out of this one. Some LOLs.
That's yeah.
It didn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
No, I think that
I feel,
really
yeah.
helped it out a lot.
Well,
It's
let's
pretty
get into the
pretty
the
goofy
plot
kills.
then.
And I
Plot.
thought it was because they changed the Chucky doll up a lot. I thought I was gonna hate it because I like the look of the original Chucky, but this Chucky doll was fucking its face, the way it changed was kept making me laugh.
Yeah, the face has like more expression to it, I guess, than the original, I'd say.
I actually started identifying with the doll more than the fucking people that it was killing. I was like, he just wants to be friends.
He's
He's just a misunderstood. Oh,
He's misunderstood.
damn it. All right. Well, I guess I wrote this bad plot thing, so I'm just going to read it.
Diving on in.
When an upset and overworked employee takes his problems out by removing the safety protocols on a new high-tech companion doll, aka Buddies, he creates a realistically horrifying menace to society. Once packed up and shipped to America, the defected Buddy lands in the hands of Karen, a widowed hot mom, in an effort to cheer her son Andy up after their move. She also has a new boyfriend, Shane, that Andy hates. Upon activation, the doll names itself Chucky. Chucky doesn't fucking follow normal rules of a buddy, so naturally, he gets the attention of some other angsty kids. Yay, Andy has friends. As Chucky learns, he begins to show his signs of violence. All right, thoughts on the opening of the movie?
His deviance. No, I think. Well, one in the very beginning, the Asian guy that's like working in the factory making the Buddy dolls. Uh, there was no subtitles. Like the guy that comes up
Okay,
and yelling at him, he's like,
that wasn't just me.
and
I didn't know what they were arguing about.
yeah, so you don't get any explanation of like why he's like that's his breaking point. He's like, you know what? Fuck this company. And he's like, and he takes like all the safety protocols out of that one doll. He doesn't do it to a bunch of them. He just does it to one and then immediately kills himself. I'm like, I wish I would have known like at least what that guy was yelling at him for because that guy was at his breaking point.
Tomorrow we're gonna have a pizza party in the break room.
No raises, just pizza.
Yeah. And that guy was like, fuck this. I'm gonna fucking make a doll like with no guidelines and then I'm jumping out a window.
I definitely feel like that was way too much power for someone to have that can just like just that like I'm mad.
Yeah, all he could do is
Beep,
go,
bap, boop, bap.
Control Alt Delete
Yeah.
fucking any of the safety programs or whatever restrictions of the Chucky doll. Not enough explanation on that.
Yeah, that's fair. But do you really need it?
Well, I did at least like subtitles. He's like, you disown ephemery. And then he's like, well, fuck you. I'm making Chucky doll that kills everybody.
Indeed. um, Andy, what about him?
I like that Andy is older than the original Andy. Also in the original, well, we're not talking about the original movie, but why the fuck is the original Andy? He's wearing the same clothing as the doll in the movie. You know what I'm saying? He's wearing this.
Never even
He's
noticed
wearing
that.
the overalls and the same like striped sweater thing. He's the kid is wearing the same shit as the doll, like the whole movie. And he's like 6 years old instead of like what's this kid? Probably like 13 or something.
Something
I
like
like the
that.
fact that the kid's older.
I think that the actor Gabriel Bateman.
Sure, the kid.
Yeah,
Andy?
Andy. I did not find him as annoying as I just feel like I just assume I'm gonna hate every child actor because most of them suck. But I actually thought he did a really good job.
Yeah,
No,
he
yeah,
pulled it off. He did a lot better than that girl in the Ewok movie.
oh fuck, yeah,
You don't
obviously.
say.
Well, he wasn't a toddler,
Well,
but
he acted better than the guy in that movie too.
It's no
yeah.
excuse. He fucking off in an Ewok movie.
I think the Andy kid was also better than. I think they got better towards the end of the movie, but the girl and the fat kid that he became friends with, which I don't know their names at all, Flynn and
Is
Pug
the dude?
or
Yeah,
Fallon, Phallus,
I don't.
Fallon,
Pug.
Fallon and Pug, the skinny girl and the fat kid that became his friend. Their initial scene where they're like introduced is pretty bad. That's all I got about that.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, oh yeah, well that's why I said like he doesn't follow the rules, so he attracts the angsty kids because they're like, oh, he's allowed to say that.
Yeah,
Your guy's sick.
your weird doll is um can say swear words and stuff. Oh, I will say with the I do like a lot of people hate this. Like a lot of the haters are like, I don't like how I'm like they changed the evil entity. Like the scary part of it is that the Chucky doll is made by this big corporation. What is it, Caslin or shit? I got the shit open right here. Whatever. The big company that has all the integrated systems, and then Chucky doll can do everything. It's like instead of Chucky being possessed by a serial killer, Chucky is a and like unleashed or unshackled artificial intelligence. So he can learn and do whatever the fuck he wants, but he learns like all the wrong stuff. And he becomes dangerous and kills people. I thought that was an interesting take on a Chucky doll. People are like, well, why would you call it child's play? I'm like, because why wouldn't you call it child's play? It's a fucking doll that kills people.
It's kind of like the movie Megan that came out a couple years after it.
Movie called what?
Megan.
Never heard of
Megan.
it.
It was
Yeah,
about
never
the
heard of it.
doll, but it was like human-sized doll,
Mm.
and it went all fucky and started and killed a couple of kids. And I don't think it was supposed to be funny, but I laughed my ass off when a little kid got ran over by a semi truck.
Damn
Because it was unexpected. You didn't see it coming.
All right. Well, as Chucky's attachment grows to Andy, he misunderstands Andy's desires as he seeks to make him happy. He first kills the family Keek because the Keek is a dick.
Dude,
After an argument with
when
Shane,
when he's first strangling the cat, I fucking laughed my ass off because he's like, "Wait a minute, stop!" And then the cat's like, I thought that was great.
after an argument with Shane, Andy says he wishes he would go away. So naturally, Chucky follows him home and cuts his face off. Horrified by Chucky's actions, Andy and friends deactivate him and dump him in the garbage.
You skipped the part where they put him on timeout because he tried to stab Andy with a knife, but he was really just trying to make him laugh.
I think he was going to stab his pug.
He was going to
Friend.
stab Pug with a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also a part in the middle where the Chucky doll is they're watching and laughing and having a great time watching like all these horror movies. And Chucky's just absorbing like, oh, they're
murder is
laughing
funny.
They're laughing hysterically
Yeah.
at these like old school horror movies with all this violence and stuff, and then he's just downloading more and more violence and the reaction to violence and how he should kill stuff. And he does kill. He kills the cat first. Kills the cat before he kills the Shane. But Shane's a dick. They made sure to make Shane a dick
Yeah.
because he's not even like a stepdad. He's like mom's boyfriend, and he's like just a dick the whole time. I don't know. I've never dealt with like a mom's boyfriend, but I'd be like, fuck this guy. You know what I mean?
Butters.
He had it coming.
He had it coming. All right. Well, I guess I'll wrap her up here.
Wait, what about that first kill? The first, like, other than the cat, how'd y'all feel about the
execution
Shane
of
Shane
the
getting
kill?
his fucking?
Well, first off, Shane's he's two-timing. He's married and has a whole family.
does he?
Yeah, that's where he pulled up. He's got like two daughters and
Oh,
the wife. Yeah, he like slips
Where
his
you at,
ring
kid?
on as he gets.
I fucking missed. I
did you
just
watch the
watched it.
movie?
I missed the whole thing. So that's his wife and fucking
Yeah,
family?
he's living a double life.
Oh, well, then he's a cunt.
How'd you miss that whole part?
I wasn't. Maybe fuck. Maybe I was distracted or something. I thought
Yeah.
that was like somebody calling him like for a job or something. I need you to come
that's
out
like,
here. I was
that's like
confused.
his-
I was like, is
that's
he
like his
getting paid
house.
to do this?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's just an asshole.
He's just mad because like he's like, I'm the only one who does anything around here. So he's like ripping the lights off, and then he gets got. Which
Oh.
I thought the way
Yeah,
he
I thought-
fell and landed like perfectly straight
yeah.
on his legs
With his legs
His
busting
bones.
out the sides.
I was
Clank,
cracking
clank, both his legs.
up. He just ooh.
No, that got me. His
that was a
his
good.
tibia, fibia, or whatever you call it,
Yeah,
just
just,
splitting out the
he just
sides.
Kevin Wared himself for anybody who would understand that reference.
Old enough people would maybe that watch occasional basketball
College
college
basketball.
highlights.
Never forget.
Look up Kevin Ware, everyone.
Pure joy.
It's so funny.
All right, so creepy janitor guy or electrician guy, I'm not really sure what he is, finds Chucky in the trash thinking he's made a solid profit. And he boots him back up, gets brutally murdered for his trouble. Cop dude's mom said Andy was her best friend at dinner, so Chucky made her automated Uber ride crash and also stabbed her.
Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna get killed.
I didn't either.
But
But he
I thought
done
she'd
got
get
her.
fucked up but survive. But no, she got straight up.
Let's see. I said Andy can't get his hot mom to believe him about Chucky, and the cop guy thinks Andy is killing folks. Chucky takes over all the electronics in the mall. I think they're doing some like Chucky 2 or not Chucky, the Buddy 2 or whatever promotion, and all like everybody's swarming to get theirs. And yeah, so he does his little ET finger trick to take over all the electronics in there, and kills a lot of people. Captures Karen, and they have to do Bedu. Andy wins. Chucky loses. Chucky might still be alive. Who's to say?
All right,
All right, got it.
all right. Let's talk about this final shit a little bit.
My scene by scene got real lazy as I was writing.
So yeah, Chucky's getting crazier, and he's like controlling. Well, first off, can we? The whole thing where, so Chucky cuts that dude. He cuts Shane's face off, wraps it around a watermelon, and brings it back to Andy's bedroom, and is like, "Look." And then Andy's freaking out, and then him and his friends like really quickly are like, instead of like contacting the authorities, they're like, well, we got to get rid of the fucking evidence. Like, you know what I mean? And then they get cornered by his mom, Aubrey Plaza. And then he like, because it's wrapped up in that gift wrap paper, and then they have to give it to the detective guy cop's mom as a gift.
Why'd they wrap up the whole fucking watermelon?
I know I don't because I don't know. I thought it was funny that that kid was puking the whole time,
Mhm.
but yeah, why did they wrap it in that? Why didn't I don't know. I mean, I'd be really weird about pulling somebody's dead face off of a anything.
That's not what I heard, Cade.
Okay,
You told me
but
some
I
weird
think
shit when you were drunk.
they made a they made a weird watermelon joke about the white guy dying in the watermelon patch, but I think there was a little bit of a missed opportunity when they unintentionally gifted a watermelon with a dead white face on it to the black lady. There's probably some kind of great joke in there. I don't know what it would be, but
Yeah, I thought something was going to come out of that.
yeah,
Like, I
I
thought
was
she was going to
expect
open it and be like, racist motherfuckers.
this white kid gave me a watermelon as a present. Like what, I thought that I thought there was going to be a joke there, but it didn't come to fruition. Um, but yeah, they fucking dumped the watermelon down the garbage chute. Can we talk about that apartment for a second? Uh, his mom like is like a cashier at like a toy store and is paying for like this big ass apartment. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
this economy. Well, it was pre-COVID, so
It was 2019. It's about when it was.
it was released in 2019.
I'm
But
surprised they weren't wearing masks in this movie. But either way, but no, the creepy
wear your
guy,
fucking mask.
the maintenance guy or whatever. When the kids are like, "Oh, he's creepy. I don't like him." They were right. He had like surveillance on all
Yeah,
the residents of the place. Like
I did think it
surveillance, like
was
in their living room, like in their
no
on their dining
the
room
one where
table.
they're like, yeah, the dining room table one. I was like, where, like,
How
why
would you
is
not
that
see it?
there?
Yeah,
Like, what, do you just want to like hear their dinner conversations? Like, why? What else would be happening there?
yeah,
I thought that was silly, but it was a good plot device. By God,
yeah. I did think though it was funny. So when the creepy, so he gets the doll and he like rebuilds Chucky and puts a new Iron Man heart into the center of him.
Yeah, what
Which
was that supposed to be?
that's like his power source. He's got the Iron Man power source thing. I forget
I
what that's
also was
called.
thinking about an Iron Man.
Like a vacuum tube with an LED inside of it?
Well, the guy's a genius, just like Iron Man, except he's a pervert. Uh,
Yeah,
but I thought his death was really funny because his table saw for some reason he's like Chucky's like cutting his legs up and shit. And so to get away from Chucky, he jumps up onto the first table and it just happens to be a table saw,
yeah.
which I thought was funny, but it was also connected to the whole interface of Caslin or whatever the fuck that shit's called.
Why do you need a Bluetooth table saw?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought was really funny. It was like table saw engaged. I'm like, why? Who needs voice command table saw?
And
You don't just flip a switch.
why couldn't he swing himself when he was up there?
I
You
don't
know
know
what I'm
because
saying? Like
he's like a
swing, like one thrust would get you to where you're not landing on the fucking saw blade. Like he's like, I can't do anything but drop right onto the saw
well,
blade.
he's a fat guy and he was holding himself on that shit for like a while too, as it was like
I'm
getting
just saying,
hot.
like when it started, you could have been like, "Oh shit, I see where this is gonna go," or
And just
maybe even do like a.
yeah, I mean he could have monkey.
Like, I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah, he
yeah,
could have monkey barred it a little
yeah,
bit or whatever.
for the audio listeners, yeah, monkey bars. Well, thoughts on the mall scene, and then we got it. We got yeah, thoughts on the mall scene.
What?
Those quadcopters, those drones were
What?
aggressively dangerous.
Yeah, it's like a toy store with toy uh drone things, and they can just slice your neck all up and shit. Like, what are the blades made of razors?
Yeah, I also thought that was silly because aren't drones usually like a plastic wing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
plastic, especially if it's a toy.
these ones had like tungsten carbide blades for wings.
Yeah, slicing necks.
All right, well, let's get into the ratings for this movie because we're running out of time.
We haven't even got to the end.
Well, then get to the end, and then we got to do the ratings. Damn it!
All right, so Chucky's like super obsessed with being Andy's only buddy, and he's got his mom all tied up, and they get her up on like she's tied to a forklift, and she was hanging by her neck for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like,
Too long.
yeah, I thought she might die, but anyway, fucking they get in a last little battle, and they kill Chucky, or so you think. Cuts his mom free. They both fall, and then the black guy that got attacked by one of the drones, you think he gets fucked up, but he's not fucked up completely, and he shoots Chucky, one of the Chuckies, and then everybody happy ending except for a lot of like death and stuff.
Well, yeah, the mom,
Son,
Karen, she chops Chucky's head off, and then the kids burn the body of Chucky,
Yeah.
and then that's all she wrote.
Like,
So let's get into
do a one-liner like she did anything through any of that. It's like, don't fuck with my kid.
You gotta squeeze your one-liners in there.
So what we're talking about, super awesome ratings?
Super awesome ratings on a super awesome podcast.
On a super short time frame.
Yes.
I give this super awesome ratings. It was more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. I would recommend it to anybody who wants just like a goofy movie to watch any given night. I'd give it a solid 7 super awesomes. It made me laugh quite a bit. It's not supposed to be scary. It's just a goofy fun movie that if you're overly critical of this movie, you're just a dick.
Butters.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 7 as well. Like, didn't take itself too seriously. Made me laugh a handful of times. And it was a decent amount of good killing scenes.
Oh, yeah. I think it's 7s all around. So I said the movie was a lot better than I expected, even though it's a little ridiculous. I do feel like this is where we're headed on to some level with the technological advancements, with the AI nonsense, which I think makes this a scarier concept than some random serial killer being put into a doll, like the original.
Yeah.
Chucky is Terminator. It works. 7 out of 10 super awesomes.
All right.
I did have questions, but we don't have a ton of time to answer, but I'll ask one. Do you think the idea of having an AI buddy is bad? And then follow up to that. Do you think that it is a real or potential cure to loneliness? And could it be?
I mean, throughout this whole movie, I kept wishing I had a little buddy of my own that was all serial killery.
Damn,
like, Andy just ain't talking to him right. He's got to sit him down. Like, no more cutting off faces. So I kept getting sad every time Chucky got in trouble. I was like, look at his face, though. He's sorry.
But yeah, this Chucky doll is basically just a super smart robot, or a robot with the capability of learning, and it's a slippery slope. But have you seen the video of like the Tesla robots and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling Serena, I'm like, I gotta have a Tesla robot as soon as it comes out. I'll never be able to afford one, but I want me a Tesla robot. It's gonna be sweet. I totally want a robot companion, whether it be a Chucky doll or not. I would want one, but would it be super super creepy? And if it like went south, and it'd be bad.
Well said. All right. Well, that's
we're running out of time.
And it's going to do it on a super awesome podcast, by God. Like, share, subscribe. Super awesome podcast.
What are we doing next? Why am I a kitty cat
Keith.
again? I tried to fucking prevent this.
Hello. All right. So, next episode of the super awesome podcast is going to be holiday themed. I think we're doing 8 Crazy Nights. Is that what we decided?
Sure. Never seen it.
You gotta see that.
It's animated Adam Sandler.
It's pretty good. All right. Well, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Awesome Podcast. And we are going to piss off now. Goodbye.
Later.